Hello again. So we're back to playing Super Nintendo games, and we're going to play one of my all-time favorite games here, called Contra III: The Alien Wars. So this is one of those early titles that I started with back in the early 90s. I actually just watched my brother play it, though, because I was pretty young at that time.
That's what, 2?
I don't remember when I first started actually playing games, probably in the mid-90s, around 1994, probably, if I had to guess.
Yep.
But for a while I did watch my brother play games like this, and Axel A, sorry, not Contra 3, of course that's right here, but Super Mario World and Gradius 3, you know, there were a lot of great classic games, and then ones that were just coming out at the time like Star Fox and Super Metroid. I do remember looking through the manuals for those games when they were new, and of course watching my brother play and beat those. But this one always stood out to me as one of those all-time favorite games that I just always return to, even to this day, so it's pretty crazy how long it's been. And of course, got to do the deed and play on hard mode. That's typically how I play it. It's just been with this game for so long. I think I started playing hard mode for the first time maybe around, I don't know if it was 2003, 2004. I've been playing it for a very long time, and even to this day, it's not easy getting through this game without dying. So we're just gonna see how it goes. I always try to keep at least one machine gun on me. Oh goodness. Yeah, okay. Early death. Actually, for the most part, when I play this, I do try to at least play the first level without dying, but I'll just let it slip this time, so... It's just how I play. I don't mind restarting.
No problem.
Can be a little disorienting switching to the Xbox controller, just slightly. Not a big deal. I mean, the layout is pretty much the same. It's just getting a grip with certain things, like the shoulder buttons. So I'm always tempted to use the triggers. But yeah, so I just kind of barreled through that area with the tank. I usually just don't pay attention to anyone or anything except the wall, and I just use the one shot to take it out. But so we got to drive a tank, now we get to fight one. I just love the set-piece action of this game because you have so many different sequences of like just going through the area of taking out the buildings, driving a tank, and then fighting one. You know, they just put this game together very well. And of course, can't forget the bomber coming in.
Crush everyone!
Very cool. I'm gonna try to get ahead of the camera here, just a little. Use a bomb there. It's for the obstacles coming out of there. Yeah, I'm just slightly ahead of the camera so I can get ahead of the flame there, but not here. Just do the pose.
Cool.
Of course, you can pull both guns out and shoot in all directions like that. Very cool, once again.
Bombs?
I'm just continually fascinated by this game, even to this day. It's one of those classics. It just never goes out of style. I just waste my bombs on this guy. He loves shooting all those little bullets from his heart. Or whatever that thing is. Oh, close call. And just like that, we're done with the first level. One death, though, unfortunately. Whatever. I mean, getting through this game without dying is very tough. To this day, I've still only done it twice. In a way, I've kind of almost done it 3 times. I got, like, all the way to the last level at one point, I think, playing this on Steam one time. But yeah, anyway, for the most part, it's just, I'm always expected to die at least a couple or few times or so. Probably more at different times. But, you know, that's what makes Contra so timeless. You know, even if you know the game and know what to prepare for, there's just so much to look out for. Oh. Got the fun overhead stage. Some people don't care for these levels. I actually think they're pretty fun. It's a fun way to mix things up. I think that guy doesn't shoot unless you have your back turned to him. Usually he gives a shield, but I guess he just gave me a bomb for today. Oh. Yeah. well, pretty used to having the shield. I don't really need it, but it's nice to have just to rush through different different sections. Yeah, homing's not very good. It's pretty much the weakest weapon, of course.
Disappointed!
This guy's probably not going to shoot unless I stop shooting. I think that guy will just stay in his place and keep shooting continually. Definitely not my cleanest playthrough. But I can never expect to have that all the time, so...
No problem.
Especially as I'm just kind of talking about all these different things all at once.
Shoot, don't talk.
While trying to focus. That was always something that was kind of tricky to me about anyone who does any kind of Let's Play videos. Because I never understood how people could play these games so well and talk about all these different things, but I feel like I've kind of adjusted to it over time.
Nice.
I really wish I had something other than the homing. I'll just waste my bombs. Although I do really need a bomb for the next level, actually. Hopefully I can get one before leaving here. Actually, I think there should be one at the start of the next level, come to think of it. Right now we just laser him.
Laser.
He tries to slam. And we're done.
Excellent.
Just do the spinners. Like this. Although it slows down until the enemy disappears. Cool. I always played this two-player also with my brother at some point when I did start playing. I was used to not having this game too. I pretty much always rented it every once in a while. It was one of those weird cases, you know. Just didn't occur to me back then to ask for something like this for Christmas. But you know, it was fun. It's kind of exciting renting games while it could be done. Those snipers are very dangerous, by the way. They just keep shooting and will not stop shooting, so they always become the first priority when they appear on camera. Ooh. Just keep landing in another one's arm. Don't want to destroy them immediately either, because they slightly lower you below the bar, so if you destroy them too quickly, you'll just fall to your death. Of course, want to avoid the drill.
You know the drill.
Hopefully I can pick up with my performance a little bit.
Like that's ever gonna
I
happen.
think well, the first death in the first level is not a big deal. It's just I felt kind of sloppy going in that second level.
No problem.
I do love the kind of subverted expectations of the Contra series, where you fight a boss like that and you think you're done, and then they just come back and do something else like this. Got the slow climb here.
Okay now, slow.
Always kind of the slowest part of the game is just kind of wading through this. But for me, I don't mind because I just really enjoy the soundtrack. So it's a nice time to sit back and relax a little bit. I mean, besides shooting all these little missiles. And we're going to come up to this area where he's going to open up the wall. Coming up shortly, you can see it a little bit on the wall there. There's like the two lines. Just want to go way up here and try to bait him into attacking here. Yeah, this is where it's especially dangerous on hard, because on easy and normal he just stops in one place, but on hard mode he actually moves even while he's hitting the wall. Cool. He does kind of try to home in on the player, of course.
You're fired.
Yeah, it's always helpful to stay at the top of the screen usually, and then move down as he gets close. And that's why I want to save a bomb, is for that part right there. It's just really hairy with all those snipers. Just such a great soundtrack. I love the movie quality of it. Konami had their inspiration from like the Alien and Predator movies that time.
Get to the chopper!
It's just really cool to get games like this out of it.
Oh, you know, baby, light 'em up.
Just love how crazy the explosions are in these old games. I think it's going to get tricky when I get to the top of this tower. Of course, we do have a bit of running and gunning to do before we get there.
Run away!
Just keep switching. Two turrets here. Now we're off into the next mid-boss. This one's tricky because you have to really stay on the ceiling. It's not safe on the ground, and they move very quickly, like this. He's going to shoot 3 shots, so I have to be a little below him, but not too low. Guy's nice and distracted, the blue one, that is. Should I go for broke? Come on. Oh, he's not jumping on the ceiling, surprisingly.
Ooh, groovy.
It's even better, actually. I'd actually prefer he just keep jumping around, because he's very dangerous when he jumps on the ceiling. Because you only have so much room when the other one's sweeping the floor with the shots, and then you want to stay low, but not too low.
Yep.
Now we got our boss here. I want to make sure I keep this flamethrower, this giant Terminator.
Ouch.
It's going to get really dangerous right here when he does this big flame very fast.
Watch the flames, corkscrew.
Yeah, you like, barely have enough time for it. I mean, for the flame that he did, not the bombs. Yeah, okay, so those lasers, usually you're invincible when you defeat a boss like this, but those lasers can still kill you. Oh, that was pretty close, actually.
That was a close one.
Looks like Bill Reiser's gone to Florida or something. Yeah, and then the jet bike stage. This was always really cool. Just everything about this game is cool to me. I'll keep the flames, though. I actually really don't need to, though, because I guess there's another flamethrower coming up shortly. So you'll notice some of these guys are slightly facing down like that, and then some are facing upright. That actually shows which enemy attacks in which way, because the ones that face down shoot, and the other ones throw the grenades. So it's usually safer to stay in the back of the screen.
Okay.
And just kind of jump accordingly. A little bit of flame, machine gun. Just careful of those shots. Now on hard mode, these guns are actually invincible. You can destroy them on easy and normal, but here you can't do anything about it, except dodge. So just keep shooting, nothing's gonna happen. But you can destroy these ones, thankfully.
Excellent.
Or to get really annoying with the shots. Just a small window when they wave the second time. Pretty much how I time it, and then this gets really random with all the soldiers jumping out. Just randomly screaming in pain. And there's a safe spot here too. If you just want to go all the way to the back of the screen, you'll just miss these shots every time.
Nice.
And I do want the laser coming up here. This one fires one shot. You just bait it into shooting, and then you're safe.
Super.
Cool stuff. I'm thinking this might have been the thing that shot at us earlier in the game. That bomber thing. It looked like a plane, but it might actually have been a ship. It's possible anyway. There's funny things out of here. That's either a crush or a spread gun. Probably spread gun, because earlier in the level, the first weapon balloon was actually a crush gun. I think they kind of mix it up that way between those two weapons.
Holy smoke!
And now we gotta fight Boba Fett here. He's out of here, just like that.
Yeehaw!
Didn't get a chance to pull his sword out. Maybe it was Mandalorian with his dark saber. Like an evil Mandalorian. Now this part with the missiles, of course. Hard mode, once again, the missiles go much faster, so less time to switch between them. Ooh! Yeah, switched weapons though, thankfully. so I didn't lose the laser,
Laser.
which I really want for this part. It's just nice to have. Sometimes it feels like a leap of faith going between these missiles. Yeah, just get the long shots with the lasers going into the ship. Oh, I switched though. Alright, well, I think that's one of the harder levels to do. Still took some hits though. But yeah, I think stage 4 and stage 6, basically the last level. Those are the two hardest levels to get through. And another overhead level. I always start in the most narrow section, just to get it over with. Okay, oh. Thankfully you can duck under the shots. Just a bit of wandering, just shooting all these cores once again. It's just the search and destroy mission.
Destroy the core.
Of course you have these things acting like conveyor belts, and then these ones spinning you around. Really don't want to get on it when those things are running around, because they can shoot you. Ooh. Yeah, so those pits will spin you around. But if you press the L or R button fast enough or hard enough, actually you like tap it twice to stay in place.
Yep.
Then you can stay in just the one place, or remain stationary really. So you can focus your fire, because it's going to happen right here in a moment, this boss. So I pressed L twice, just to, oh, dang. Just use a bomb there. Ooh, can I get it? Yes. Shots get pretty close there. I'm slightly off, but I'm still able to hit him. Could try to fix it. Oh no. That's close. Yeah, slightly more focused. Ooh, flamethrower, yes. Really good one.
Nice.
Be good for the next mid-boss coming in the next stage. Yeah, hasn't been my cleanest performance, but can't always be expected. Do you feel my attention is a little divided? Just slightly.
Let's go.
I mean, it really doesn't matter how well I play, it's just about making memories playing these games. But yeah, so these, yeah, this boss, when it shoots out those things, they actually take quite a few hits, so it can be annoying if you don't have any weapons for that boss. So flamethrower is actually perfect to have. This gets really crowded with the aliens, of course. I think there's some... oh.
I'm
no.
dying.
Thought maybe there were some shots lingering. So those things shoot those little, whatever they are, out.
Go.
Kind of projectile enemies.
Yep.
And this part gets really crowded with the spider, scorpion things, whatever they are. Try to focus on destroying the top one, at least the one that I can reach, and then go for the bottom two. Good to have at least one bomb. Yeah, even if I got through this game without dying, getting to this stage is still very challenging. I mean, the stage itself is challenging, because there's just so many chances to take a hit throughout this level. Even right here with the random falling. Oh, wow. Miraculous dodge. Got the weird spider thing. I do like, by the way, how they do this setup with the bosses here in the last level, because as I just fought that heart, that was like the last boss of the first Contra. Oh, well, there I go again. And we just fought the final boss of the second Contra game. So it's kind of like a boss tour with those two, and then this one. This one appears in the arcade, Super Contra. It's just a fun little boss rush in a way. A nice quick kill. Oh, that sinister music. It's like the nightmare fuel of my childhood. This last boss. Surprisingly, it wasn't even this part that scared me as a kid, but it was actually the brain coming out. I would usually hide while my brother plays and beats the game. He would always be disappointed too, because we would play 2-player and I would just stop, and then maybe my cousin or someone would take over.
My eye!
It's just the fun memories of the 90s.
Nice.
Oh my, yeah, that was bad. Kind of missed my shot there.
No!
I always switch between the crush and machine gun, where I sweep out the enemies like that, and then I switch to the crush gun shooting up, so I get the burst fire. Still have the crush though, thankfully. And here's the brain.
Big brain time.
Yeah, of all the things that bothered me, it was just the brain with the eye. Though it is kind of creepy the way it does all these different attack patterns. And the way it teleports, of course. It's like stretchy brain. It makes those alien noises too. This one's usually good to have a bomb for. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Okay.
Cool.
Gets worse, I think, if you shoot it again. It goes slightly faster, or it comes closer to the player in less time. And this eyeball one, usually you can earn extra lives by shooting these eyeballs.
Yeehaw!
Of course, you can also lose them if you take a hit. The brain actually can't hurt you, by the way. Oh, this one, this kind of like the snake. So you duck. You have to duck under the arcs. So it's kind of an odd little safe spot. Oh, that wasn't a safe spot though. Yeah, you taught me a lesson. This one's kind of brainy looking.
Big brain time.
It does have a hitbox, so it can hurt you if you touch it. I could use the bomb, but maybe it's better saved for something else. Let's see if I can get... well, there's the snake again. Should be alright like this.
Woohoo!
Yeah, should have just stayed put. I want to see if I can get the kind of yellow and blue one. Oh, missed my shot completely. Aw, completely. I'll try not to destroy him. Although I do want to, but I want to see if I can at least get that one that I was trying to shoot. See where my shot lines up. Oh, kind of hard to keep track sometimes. Oh, there we go. Get the funny brain doing the dance.
This is big brain time.
Oh, see, he was right on the edge of dying.
Woohoo!
And do that pose as he shows up near me. Yeah.
All right!
Just shoot everywhere.
Kamikaze!
This is where the game ends on easy and normal mode, but on hard mode we do get one more boss right here.
Nice.
Which is pretty interesting, because I didn't even know about this for a long time. I mean, at least back then it was... I learned about this, I think, probably around the time, in 2003 or so. Maybe 2002. I think like I read a walkthrough. Oh, whoops, that was not intentional at all.
I'm dying!
See, that's the tricky thing, is shooting down but not jumping down, because you want to keep jumping, but you also want to keep shooting down. So, of course, holding down while pressing jump, you're just going to let go. I'm surprisingly consistent usually about this, but sometimes I do make mistakes. So that's it. That's Contra III, The Alien Wars on hard mode. There's not too many games you can play on the hardest difficulty, but this is one of those games I've just been with for so long. And I always enjoy playing this every once in a while. It's not a very long game. It's just easy to pick up and play anytime, you know, and kill about 20 minutes. Kind of curious to see... Oh yeah, I can't look at the window without it freezing the game. I wanted to see what the recording time was. I'll just let it play out though. So this is the hard mode ending, because otherwise you just get a message telling you to challenge the next difficulty, to play normal mode or play hard mode. Yeah, sadly they just kind of hide the ending away in the hard mode difficulty. Good old days of Konami though. I seem to like doing that. But it wasn't really about getting to the ending in these old games anyway.
No problem.
Actually, for a long time I actually haven't even beaten this game when I was a kid, because I was still kind of scared of the last boss. And it wasn't until like the early 2000s or so, kind of around 2003, that I finally got around to playing it and beating it. So even though I did play it a lot, I just usually stopped when I got to the last boss. So that was another little thing I remember about this game growing up. It was something that almost became an archaic fear. It's kind of funny how that works though.
Spooky.
Like you wonder if you're still going to be afraid of that thing if you see it, because you were scared of it as a kid, but you weren't sure when you were getting older. But I'm really proud of myself that I just faced it on, and it really wasn't bad at all. You know, it was like, I guess I was 13 years old, so it just, even though it's just me playing games, it was still really cool to me. Like I was facing my fears just to play and beat the game. So that always kind of inspired me about playing Contra 3.
Nice.
But yeah, classic game. Loved playing this with my brother. Playing it 2-player. I also played it with my sister sometimes, both my sisters, and some other friends of mine. This is actually, I should say, this is one of those games that anyone who knows me, of course they know I love to play video games, and of course besides just playing games, they always know that I play Contra. I'm always bound to show my friends this game at some point. So...
Cool.
Yeehaw!
Well, there it is. Contra 3 The Alien Wars. And the last little screen. Kind of funny. They're a little happy though.
Yippee!
So, whoops. Getting the cords tangled up. Alright, well, that's it for this one. So, I'll see about any other videos I'll do next time, and I'll catch you then. Take care.